Georgia 2026 hypothetical U.S. Senate matchups. Let me tell you that. So Emerson College and Next Star Media dropped a poll on Georgia about Georgia races. Ossoff beats everybody, but he beats Carter by 3, beats Collins by 5, and beats Dooley by 8. In a Republican Senate primary, Collins has got 30% support, Buddy Carter 16%, Derek Dooley 10%. Here's the big number. 40% are undecided in that race. Collins gets 30%, Buddy 16%, Derek Dooley 10%, and undecideds are 40%. People are still undecided in that race. Republican primary for governor, Burt Jones 21%, Rick Jackson 20%. Brad Raffensperger, 11, Chris Carr, 6. In that race, undecideds are at 38%. So people are still undecided. Let's go on to Georgia Democrats. In the Georgia Democrat race, Democrat primary, 35% support Keisha Lance Bottoms. Bill Crane is going to owe me a steak dinner, my friend. Jeff Duncan has moved into second place at 13%. Michael Thurman is at 7%, and 39 are undecided. And black support, 48% of black voters support Keisha Lance Bottoms, which is the base, which is what I told you guys. But white voters are split. This is white Democrat, primary voters Democrats. 19% support Bottoms, 14% Jeff Duncan, 7% Estevez, and 7% Thurman. Fascinating numbers coming out of this Emerson poll. But I told you, Jeff Duncan is moving up. Jeff Duncan's moving up. Rick Jackson jumped into the race and has moved up. And the interesting thing about the Georgia Republican governor's poll, Burt Jones has always been at the top. Rick Jackson's now in second, but the undecideds are still at 38%. And the only new person in this race is Rick Jackson. Everyone knows Burt Jones. Everyone knows Chris Carr. Everyone knows Brad Raffensperger. There's still almost 40% voters on the Republican primary who are undecided. And you can't tell me it's because there's still too much time, because these are known entities. Chris Carr is in the same position several months after running after running for the governor. He's still in the same position that he was before. Brad Raffensperger is still in the same position he was before. Rick Jackson jumped into the race, and he took half of Burt Jones' support, but Burt Jones was in the 40s. But Carr and Raffensperger haven't moved because the undecideds haven't moved. It's going to be interesting. But to Chris Carr and Brad Raffensperger, to their credit, that 38% can go, some of that can go to them and moving them up pretty quickly. So it's going to be interesting. The undecideds in the Democrat side. That's the Democrats have almost, let me see, what did I say? The Democrats had almost, they have 40, what is it for the Democrats? I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. 39% are undecided. So Jason Estevez, who just dropped an ad, let's hear that 30-second ad. This is Jason Estevez. He's the first to go up on television and radio. This is his 30 that dropped today.
Donald Trump is driving up our costs and rigging the system for billionaires while you pay the price. I'm Jason Estevez. As governor, I'll tackle Trump's chaos head on. I'll use every tool that we have, take Trump to court, and I'll pass legislation to protect our families. I'll end the billions in tax giveaways to AI data centers and instead put more money in your pockets. I'll invest in universal child care, and we're going to expand Medicaid. Georgia, it's time to fight back.
Nice, solid, moderate ad. Nothing in there. You can't label him a progressive. You can't go after him with men and women's sports, any of that stuff. Just a nice middle of the road, put money in your pocket, Medicaid, education, all of that stuff. So he's the first Dem to go up on television. Strategically, I think it's a good move. Some of the others might be saving their powder because they all have good money. So it'd be interesting to see who goes up next. And when I say goes up, who starts to run advertising next. More Democrats vote. Oh, I want to talk about this. I got to talk about this. So Donald Trump wrote on Truth Social. My endorsements within the Republican Party have been virtually insurmountable. It is such an honor to realize and say that almost everyone I endorse wins, and wins by a lot, especially in Texas. I'll be making my endorsement soon, and will be asking a candidate that I don't endorse to immediately, in all caps, drop out the race. Is that fair? We must win in November. No, it's not fair, sir. Corning and Paxton both got about 40% of the vote. They're roughly close, 141, 142. It was 40 and 40. Call it 40 and 40. How you just going to endorse one and tell 40% of the people that voted for the other guy to say, oh, yeah, you don't have a choice now because I made the choice for you? How can you possibly say that with a straight face? I get you win. If all your endorsements win, and there's no argument about that, then let your endorsement stand and let the people decide. But how you going to tell the other guy to drop out? Hey, I endorsed him. You know what that means? You better just drop out now. I don't know. That's kind of crazy.